Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're digging into something that feels like the central conflict in B2B marketing right now.
It really is a conflict, isn't
Yeah,
it?
on one side you've got this relentless push for scale, for pure velocity, using all these amazing sophisticated Gen AI tools.
Right.
But on the other side there's this almost existential need to get back to verifiable trust, to real authority, especially when the market is just, getting flooded with machine-generated noise.
It's a total saturation point.
Exactly. So we've pulled together the new mandate for what B2B content success looks like in 2026 from our sources, and the rules have just fundamentally changed. Okay, let's unpack this.
I think the first thing to just get out there is that the foundational metrics,
Mm.
they've completely pivoted. If you're a B2B leader right now, and you're still defining success by pure volume,
You mean like traffic, clicks?
traffic, chasing MQLs, all those old abstract metrics,
Mhm.
you are, and the data backs this up, you're generating insufficient or at least highly unpredictable ARR. The focus isn't about just, filling the funnel anymore. It's shifted so sharply toward demonstrable authority, vertical precision using proprietary data, and this is the big one, measurable financial ROI.
So we've completely moved the goalposts. It's not about vanity metrics anymore. It's about unit economics.
Precisely. The new North Stars are now defined by the CFO's office, not just marketing. It's all about increasing customer lifetime value LTV and shrinking that CAC payback period.
Getting your money back faster.
Exactly. It's about efficiency and building deep, long-term relationships over just, maximizing the sheer number of leads at the top. And to do that, our sources distill it all down into four, let's call them guaranteed strategies.
All right, let's give everyone the roadmap now, because these really are the blueprints for 2026. First up, we're going to cover the authority engine. This is all about winning AI visibility through trust.
Right, becoming the cited source.
Second, we'll dive into full funnel precision. This is about driving LTV by really maturing your account-based content, moving it past just acquisition. Third, the proprietary data moat. This one is fascinating. It's about monetizing your own first-party data, mainly through interactive assets.
A huge opportunity.
And finally, the intentional hybrid model, which is, how to actually scale with AI without losing your soul, using human-led governance and proper attribution. So that's our plan.
And we absolutely have to start with trust. We just have to. Because the ground there has irrevocably shifted. It is now the non-negotiable prerequisite for any complex B2B sale.
Why, though? I mean, what's the direct cause?
It's the erosion of trust that's directly linked to that flood of generic, unsupervised AI content that's everywhere now.
I think everyone feels that, right? You read something and you just know machine wrote it. And B2B buying isn't like buying a pair of sneakers. It's these huge, complex buying committees.
And those committees are, as our sources show, inherently skeptical. They're so wary of vendor claims, especially if your website copy sounds suspiciously like it was generated by the same bot that wrote your competitors.
That skepticism is really the key here.
It's crucial. And it's why these buying networks, they rely so heavily on neutral outside voices. They're looking at industry analysts, they're on professional review sites, and most importantly, they're looking for verified subject matter experts. SMEs.
And we're seeing that reflected in budgets, right?
Oh, absolutely. Most B2B orgs are seriously upping their budgets for influencer and SME engagement in 2026. It's not just for show, it's a direct trust mechanism. It's about surfacing those verifiable buying signals from real humans.
Which brings up this huge paradox with AI. The data says nearly a third of buyers actually see Gen AI content as meaningful for a purchase. And this is the giant asterisk.
The fine print.
Yeah, the fine print. Its effectiveness is totally hinged on verifiable authority. The challenge is telling the difference between content that's just, technically competent, perfect grammar, boilerplate stuff, from content that is strategically nuanced, human-vetted, and based on some kind of exclusive insight.
A machine can be fast, but if it's just derivative, it actually hurts you. It actively erodes trust.
Okay, so that erosion leads us somewhere pretty scary for marketers. You call it the zero-click transformation.
That's right. Search engines, and we're talking mainly about Google here, are integrating LLMs and AI overviews that just synthesize the answer for you right there on the search page. This leads to what's being called a zero-click search.
So the user asks a question, gets this nice comprehensive answer at the top, and they they never even have to click through to my website.
Potentially, yes.
So if clicks are dying, what does that do to the entire content strategy that built the last decade of B2B marketing?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a bombshell.
It is. It completely transitions the objective. The goal of organic search is no longer about driving anonymous clicks. The new mandate is to achieve authoritative citation.
To be the source the AI quotes.
You've got it.
Yeah.
You have to structure your content and your whole online presence so convincingly that the AI model chooses to cite you, even if the user never leaves Google. You're designing for AI extraction.
Okay, let's just pause on that, because here's where it gets really interesting. If MQLs are dying and search is moving to zero-click, this changes how every marketing leader justifies their budget, their entire existence.
It is the ultimate inefficiency. Focusing on MQLs is just. It's a broken process leading to those bad unit economics we talked about. The old linear funnel is obsolete.
So what replaces it?
Success now means adopting the bow tie funnel approach. It's a model that says your content has to drive not just acquisition, but also activation, adoption, and critically expansion.
So you're generating pipeline from your existing customers, not just hunting for new ones.
Just as much, if not more.
Yeah.
It's a total resource shift toward efficiency and long-term LTV.
That sets the stage perfectly. So let's get into the how. How do you fight for visibility in this new world? Strategy 1, the authority engine. How do we become the brand the AI chooses?
The race is really that simple. You want to be the entity the LLM recommends when a user asks, who should I trust for X? And that means a shift from just keyword ranking to what we call entity building.
Entity building. Okay, that sounds a little abstract. What does that actually look like for a marketing team on a Tuesday morning?
It's meticulous work. It's about defining your company, your people, especially your SMEs, and your products consistently everywhere online. But the real work is off-page.
Meaning?
You have to actively go out and earn third-party validation, get your experts quoted in credible industry journals, secure mentions, get placements. The algorithms are looking for proof that real, verified humans out in the wild actually trust you.
So backlinks are still important, but it's more about the context of the link. Who is linking to you and why?
Precisely. That external validation is the authority signal the AI needs to see. Velocity is AI's strength, sure, but verifiable authority, that only comes from human expertise.
Okay, so we've established our SMEs as authorities. Now we have to actually structure the content on our site. This is the zero-click optimization, or ZCO framework. What are the rules here?
The structure has to be crystal clear for an LLM to parse it easily. That means, practically, using Q&A formats, building out detailed FAQ sections, using what is, how to, why, subheadings that directly answer a buyer's questions.
You're basically spoon-feeding the AI.
You are. The clarity helps the machine categorize you correctly and trust your information.
But hold on, here's the danger, right?
Yeah.
If I make it that easy for the AI to scrape my content, aren't I just helping it create a generic, synthesized answer that lumps my unique insights in with my competitors?
That is the exact trade-off you have to manage. And the way you counteract that is by stamping your content with a unique fingerprint, proprietary data.
Ah, okay.
When you make a claim, you have to include the specifics, the date of your research, the sample size, clear citations for your own first-party data. That combination of structural clarity and exclusive information makes your content both citable and differentiated. It gives the LLM a reason to name you as the source.
And I'm guessing none of this works without the right plumbing. Schema markup is the technical backbone for all this.
It's absolutely fundamental. Structured data, or schema, is the language that gives AI systems the context to understand your authority. And you have to be strategic about it.
Where do you start?
You start with organization or local business schema to establish your core identity. That's step 1 for entity recognition.
Yeah.
Then you layer on service or product markup, but for quick wins.
Yeah.
For rapid visibility, especially in those AI-driven answer boxes, you prioritize FAQ schema. It's foundational for this new AI-first world.
Okay, so we've built the engine to win visibility, but getting the click or the citation is only half the battle. Now you have to make it translate to long-term value. Which brings us to strategy 2, full funnel precision. ABM isn't new, but how does it have to evolve?
It has to grow up, really. It has to own the entire customer lifecycle. Look, for the enterprise accounts that drive most of the revenue, the big opportunity isn't just landing the logo.
It's the upsell, the expansion.
It's expansion, retention, and upsells. That's where the real LTV is. ABM has to shift its focus to growing those existing high-value accounts.
That's a huge resource shift, though. Most teams are so stuck in that MQL acquisition mindset. What does a content team that's focused on the bow tie model actually make? What's different?
You're right, the budget has to move.
Hmm.
And the content you create is totally different. Post-acquisition content isn't just a how-to guide. It's advanced, it's personalized.
Like what? Give me some examples.
Think benchmark reports that show a customer how they're performing against their direct peers. Exclusive research that's only available to clients. Case studies featuring other customers who solve the exact same problem they're facing after implementation.
And the metrics change too.
Metrics have to drive the strategy. Customer health scores, feature adoption rates, those become the real-time triggers for your content campaigns. It's less about marketing and more about enablement and expansion.
And to make any of that relevant, you have to specialize. Generalist marketing just feels so inefficient when you have a 7-person buying committee.
It's not just inefficient, it's ineffective. Verticalization is mandatory now. You have to stop marketing software and start marketing, say, compliance tech for mid-market financial services, a laser-focused approach.
Why is that so powerful?
Because it speaks their language. It understands their unique regulations, their specific challenges. And that specialization does two things. Yes, it drives engagement, but more importantly, it creates content that is easy to defend internally.
You're arming your champion inside the company.
You are giving them the business case to take to their boss, to the CFO. It greases the wheels and accelerates that long, painful deal cycle.
So it's not just about creating a bunch of specialized content, it's about orchestrating it across that entire buying committee. That sounds incredibly complex to manage.
It is. You have to literally map the org chart of your target accounts. You identify every influencer, decision maker, end user, and then you orchestrate.
So an example would be,
while your customer success team is giving product adoption guides to the end users, your marketing automation is simultaneously sending the VP a tailored roadmap document about regulatory risk. The goal is to get, say, 3 to 5 deeply engaged contacts inside that account within 6 months of them signing on. That guarantees your expansion opportunity.
okay, let's pivot to strategy 3, which feels like the natural next step. The proprietary data moat. This is all about survival, right? As third-party cookies finally go away for good.
It's an urgency play, 100%. And it's about taking back control. First-party data, the data you collect directly from your audience is trustworthy, it's compliant, and it's the only foundation for accurate personalization going forward.
And the market's already there.
The market is way ahead. The source data says 91% of marketers will be using intent data for personalization in 2026. If you don't own your own data infrastructure, you're toast. You're completely reliant on platforms that are getting more and more opaque.
So the way you build that first-party data asset is with interactive content, shifting from passive reading to active participation.
And the evidence here is just overwhelming. Interactive content doubles conversion rates. It's the preferred way to consume content for 91% of B2B buyers in the research phase.
We're talking about things like ROI calculators.
ROI calculators, readiness quizzes, solution configurators, high-value tools.
And the key is that these tools don't just engage, they capture this incredibly unique real-time data that goes so far beyond just a name and an email.
Exactly. They generate rich behavioral data. When someone spends 10 minutes filling out a diagnostic quiz, you're not just getting their contact info. You're getting their specific pain points, their maturity level, their internal challenges.
And when you aggregate all of that,
When you aggregate all of that high-quality granular data, you create a proprietary, verifiable data set. That's your data moat. It's a pool of intelligence that is far superior to anything you can buy because it's based on real-time behavior.
and here's the part that I think is truly paradigm shifting. The idea that content can stop being just a cost center. You can actually monetize this data asset.
Absolutely. You can turn the content infrastructure into a revenue stream. The aggregated, anonymized data like industry benchmarks, competitive insights, that's a valuable commodity.
How would that work in practice?
Think about offering data insight subscription services, tiered access to dashboards with real-time analytics from your user base. Or you could sell high-level trend data through an API. You're effectively selling validated insights from your own private ecosystem.
Incredible. Okay, let's wrap this all together with strategy 4, the intentional hybrid model. Because AI promises all this speed and scale, but the reality is a lot of B2B content programs are, well, they're failing. Where are they going wrong?
The failure points usually fall into two big buckets. First, an incomplete data foundation. AI needs your deep proprietary business context to be useful, not just generic stuff it's scraped from the web.
Garbage in, garbage out.
Classic garbage in, garbage out.
Yeah.
And second, a strategic vacuum. AI is fundamentally unoriginal. It can't create a novel point of view,
Yeah.
and so over-reliance on it leads to this predictable derivative. We call it soulless content.
You know it the second you read it.
You do, and it actively destroys the trust we just spent 3 strategies trying to build.
So the only way forward is this human-led, AI-assisted workflow. What's the framework there?
That's the mandate. The human sets the strategy, defines the unique perspective, and verifies every single claim. The AI is the accelerator. It automates the grunt work, drafting an outline, adapting copy for social, basic research. The human provides the critical oversight, the nuance, the originality.
And governance becomes non-negotiable, especially around data privacy.
It is the absolute #1 rule. You have to have strict governance to mitigate risks like AI hallucinations, especially with technical data. And the critical privacy rule is you never, ever input sensitive company info, customer data, or proprietary strategy into a public AI model.
Okay, so if we're doing all of this, changing our content, our goals, our workflow, what does it mean for measurement? If we're throwing out MQLs, where does the accountability land?
The accountability lands on proving financial impact. And single-touch, last-click attribution just fundamentally misrepresents how B2B buying works. It's a long, complex journey.
So the solution is multi-touch attribution, MTA.
It's mandatory. MTA assigns proportional credit to every single marketing interaction along that path to purchase.
And the goal isn't just to split credit more fairly, is it?
No, the ultimate goal is to connect content engagement directly to profitability metrics, LTV, and the CAC payback period. Look, implementing MTA is a huge project, I get that, but it's the non-negotiable first step. The data is clear. Marketers who are highly confident in their data strategy are 3 times more likely to report significant revenue growth. The investment pays for itself.
That was a phenomenal deep dive. You've really laid out the mandate for 2026. So let's synthesize this down. What are the 3 definitive actions every marketing leader listening should be thinking about right now?
Okay, #1, mandate trust. You have to reorient your entire content workflow around CCO, schema, and your human SMEs. Stop chasing clicks and start becoming the verifiable entity the AI chooses to cite.
Got it. Number 2 has to be shift resources post-acquisition. Formally adopt that bow tie funnel. Move budget and headcount to focus on retention, adoption, and expansion content. That's where the LTV is.
And 3rd, invest in data quality and attribution. You have to build your own data moat using interactive content. And then you transition all of your measurement to multi-touch attribution that's directly linked to LTV and CAC payback. That's how you prove your financial impact.
It's a massive overhaul. The strategies for 2026 clearly demand a huge shift. Technically and organizationally, it's all about efficiency, control, and a lot of hard work.
That really is the ultimate conclusion here. While AI gives you incredible speed, the lasting competitive edge is found in your human capital. The real challenge is focusing on AI literacy and talent strategy, nurturing those uniquely human skills like insight, genuine creativity, and influence. Because when the digital world is completely saturated with machine-generated content, the ultimate authority will always come from a human-first approach that AI simply cannot replicate. The brands that win will be the ones that use AI to make their best people better, not to try and replace them.